From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
You want to go where to buy a new refrigerator? Steve's A to Z Appliance in Cottonwood? In Cottonwood? Just a 10-minute drive. And they'll save us money. New and used, honest, reliable, factory-trained repair service and parts, and they'll save us money. And dispose of this thing? We gotta make the short drive to Steve's A to Z. Thanks, son.
Steve's A to Z Appliance, front and main streets in Cottonwood. Drive a little, save a lot.
All right, so here's what it looked like this morning in some of the mountain communities. You can see, of course, thanks to Kelly Smith giving us a view from her backyard out in Lake Macomber at 4,200 feet. Look at all of that snow. And again, you had to go up pretty high in elevation to see snow like this, the Lake Macomber area. So not exactly 4,200 feet, don't know the exact location, but I'm sure it's close to it. But there's Sean Lamb sending in his image there, his fire pit. Not really doing a very effective job right now, is it? But it's got plenty of snow in it. Shingletown, 3,600 feet. Thanks to Casey for sending in this image. Look at all the snow. 3,600 feet in Shingletown. You go down about 1,000 feet, you'd think you'd see a lot less snow than what you see there, but at 2,500 feet, yeah, a little less, but still a decent amount of snow there. Thank you to Lisa Pringle for sending in this image. And out at Old Station, 4,400 feet, courtesy of Brenda. Look at that. A lot of snow too. So a lot of snow in some of those higher elevations. Want to thank everyone for sending in those images. And by the way, if you're interested in sending an image, whether it's a snow pic or just a picture you want to share in general, from the free Weather NorCal app, you scroll at the very bottom and you can share your photos from there. And all it will do is ask for your access to your photos. And before you know it, you're sharing photos like this. So thanks again for sending in those images. Keep them coming, especially if we've got that snow or any kind of weather going on out there. Here's your weather headlines. Cool and unsettled through the weekend. We've got snow levels slowly rising over the weekend with off and on breezy conditions. So the winds will still be more of a nuisance over the next several days than anything else. And then dry and warmer, taking you through next week. Boy, it's going to be a lot warmer out there, but not so much right now. We've got the cold area of low pressure that's off to our east right now. The cold air is kind of streaming in behind it. So the area of low pressure, as it continues to move off to the east, what's going to happen is this cold and unsettled air is just going to kind of work its way into Northern California. So as it does that, we'll see that mixture of sun, clouds, and some passing showers here. All right, so the colder air, that is moving out. But we have some more cold air coming in from the Gulf of Alaska, but this is going to be more of a slider, if you will, an inside slider as it's called. Because yes, it's bringing in some colder air, but not as cold as the one that's moving through or just moved through. So temperatures, sure, they will be below normal, but not quite as cold as this system. So that's going to be through Sunday. Now, as that shifts eastward, we're going to be looking at that perfect setup for some, we'll call it gusty winds possibly on Monday. And kind of that transition from the cooler to warmer air. And yes, that warmer air is eventually going to move in. And I'm expecting by Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, we can be talking about temperatures. Wait for it. Yeah, in the 80s for the valley. We're going to be back in the 80s, much warmer air. We've got that warming trend going into next week. But again, before we get there, we've got to get through this cool and unsettled weather pattern. So as we take it through the afternoon, especially with those breaks in the clouds, we can see some afternoon convection. What does that mean? Well, the breaks in the clouds allows for the daytime heating. That heat rises into the colder air aloft. We see the puffy cumulus clouds develop. We see showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm, but for the most part, just some scattered showers. Snow flurries between 2,000 and 3,000 feet. Then it clears out. We're not seeing any more rain. We're losing that daytime heat. We're losing that convection. So as a result, it dries out. We're clearing things out, making for another cold night tonight into tomorrow morning, starting off with dry conditions. But here's the thing. We've got a disturbance off to our west right here. That is going to be progressing eastward through the day. So as we get into the afternoon hours, that disturbance will push through the north coast and then eventually making its way into the valley late afternoon, early evening when we start to see another chance for showers. So really for a good portion of the day, it will be dry on Saturday. And then as we go into Saturday evening, Saturday night, still some of those showers, still seeing some showers out along the coast as well. And there's some snow flurries in the higher elevations between 2,500 and 3,500 feet. Looks like as we go into your Sunday morning, 6 a.m., some leftover snow flurries in the eastern mountains, but dry in the valley. And then it looks like maybe another chance for a few isolated showers early Sunday morning for parts of the coast. And check this out, as we go into Sunday. Now, Sunday around noon, we're dry in the valley, but see the snow flurries we're seeing in the higher elevations between 3,000 and 4,000 feet. We take you into Sunday afternoon, still a chance for a few flurries, a few light showers here and there, but dry in the valley. So I'm expecting dry conditions all day long for the valley, and maybe even dry conditions out along the coast as well. But you get the idea. Conditions are continuing to slowly improve, and chances for showers are diminishing as we go through the weekend. The winds, just going to mention it real quickly, it will be a nuisance wind here later this afternoon for some of us. And then it looks like as we go into Saturday morning, not that big of a deal with the winds. They pick up again a little bit, around 10 to 20 miles per hour. So a little breezy in some spots here for Saturday afternoon. Then we go into Sunday. The wind's not quite as strong, so they should start to die down as we go into the second half of the weekend. All right, so for the rest of the day today, some of us could touch 60 in the valley. It's not out of the question, but we're calling for mainly upper 50s, and in the 40s for the higher elevations, right around 50 for parts of Trinity County, low 50s out along the coast. All right, so let's take a look at your 7-day outlook. And we're going to start off with the valley. Isolated showers today, some PM showers. So late in the afternoon, early evening, everyone in the valley has the chance for showers. That'll continue into the nighttime hours. And then Sunday, I've got you dry. It'll be dry on Sunday, just the partly cloudy skies, and then that warming trend back in the 80s by next Tuesday into Wednesday. Here's your 7-day outlook for the North Coast neighborhood forecast, including the inland and your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. There, of course, you can see the isolated showers today, maybe some of those isolated showers through the afternoon for the coast and inland, and then late in the day for Weaverville. And then there you can see Sunday, maybe an isolated shower, especially in the morning, but should be dry in Weaverville. Here's a look at your 7-day outlook for your Siskiyou County neighborhood 7-day forecast, Modoc County, and your eastern mountains. There's that chance for isolated activity. Now, I do expect it'll be dry for Susanville on Saturday all day long. But by Sunday, maybe a stray flurry or two, but that's it. Nothing big happening over the weekend, snow-wise or rain-wise for that matter. But then, after that, we will dry things out and warm things up as we go through next week.